Hey, this is Sue Singleton with Carolina Coast Homes Real Estate here in beautiful southeastern North Carolina. So today I want to talk to you about what are buyers really looking for whenever they are looking for a home. Well, the number one thing is the kitchen layout, right? Is that really true? I don't know. Because you see, for me, the kitchen is not a selling point for myself personally. However, I do know that for a lot of buyers that I work with, that oftentimes the kitchen is really, really important. As a matter of fact, I just showed a home that the buyers loved everything about the home except for one thing, and it was the size of the kitchen. And they decided they could not make that kitchen work for them. Now, take somebody like me whenever I'm buying a home. Doesn't matter to me how big or small the kitchen is because, hey, I'll be honest, I don't like to cook. I do it as an obligation to my family. Honestly, I do not like to cook. I'm actually a very good cook. I just do not enjoy cooking. I consider it more of a chore than anything else. I'm just being honest with you. I personally, a kitchen would never be a selling point for a house for me. Now, a backyard, yes, I love a backyard. Some people could care less about the backyard, but I love a spacious backyard to be able to have like a little oasis in the back to sit and relax. So, see, it is a personal taste, right? So, we all can have personal taste about things that we like or dislike. Could even be the layout of the house is what I'm trying to say. There's so many things, but here I want to give you 7 key things to look for when buying a home because there's way more to it than the backyard and the kitchen. And here's a few things that we need to consider when looking at a home. All right, you ready? The roof condition. I suggest that you climb up to the roof and take a look. No, I'm sorry. Sometimes my sense of humor gets the best of me. There is the roof condition of the house. Hopefully, on the property disclosure statement, the seller has given you an idea of when the roof was last replaced. And that's also something that will show up in the home inspection report. So, replacing a roof can be expensive. So it is important after you get down off of that roof looking at it that you do keep in mind what you're seeing, whether you are getting the information from the seller or whether you're getting the information from the home inspector, because that can be a big expense that you may have to factor in that's going to be coming up in maybe 5 years or 7 years or 10 years or something like that. How old is the roof? That's a really important thing to ask about. What about the HVAC? So that's another important thing to find out about. Now, this may sound like I'm joking, but I'm not really joking about this because I do this all the time. There is a little tag on the HVAC system that does actually tell what year the HVAC was manufactured. And sometimes you have to get down on your knees to find it, but you can find it if the seller for the property doesn't know or hasn't disclosed it. Most of the time, you can do that. Also, if you can't really see the year that it was manufactured, if you can get the serial number, you can go into the manufacturer's website and you generally can find out when that HVAC was manufactured. Keep in mind, that's another big expense to think about. Plumbing issues. Hopefully, again, on the property disclosure, if there have been any plumbing issues, the seller would disclose issues that are there at that particular time when they have the house listed for sale. So another thing to do is, and this is important even if you're buying a new home, okay? So sometimes when it's a new construction home, we tend to overlook these things. But hey, even with a new home, you can have plumbing leaks. Turn that water on in the sink. Look up underneath the cabinet, the sink cabinet, see if there's any leaks down there, see if there's been any leaks around there. Look around the floor, around the toilet. All those things are things that you can see. These, again, is something that a home inspection is going to show up if there are any plumbing issues that are in line. Again, it's the toilets, the sinks, the tubs, the showers. How do they all look when you're doing that walkthrough on your house, when you're doing that first initial showing of a house? How does all that stuff look? What about the water heater? So a water heater generally lasts 10 to 15 years. How old's the water heater? That's something else that we need to try to figure out whenever you're looking at a property or you're getting ready to put a contract on a property. Hot water heaters, I mean, they're upwards of $2,000 now. I mean, they can get really expensive. So that's something you also need to keep in mind. What about, is there any signs of water damage? Are there any signs of mold in the house? Is there anything visible with the eye? So we want to walk around and we want to look at everything and see what our eyes can see. That's something to always be mindful of, not just the pretty things that are sitting around in the house, but look up, look over, look around the room, look the top of the room, look down at the floorboards, all the different places you want to look around and see what you can see. What about when you're inside the house? Can you hear the cars going by? Is there a busy highway close to the house that maybe you can hear all the cars going by while you're sitting or standing in the living room? Maybe you can't hear them. There's some homes I go into that's like just right across from where a busy road is, but when you're inside the house, you really don't hear the noise level, the noise of the cars going by. Maybe if you go outside in the backyard, you may hear it, but again, sometimes the noise level, that's just a thing that might happen during certain times of the day. Is there a nearby airport? Is there a railroad? Those are all things that we need to consider. Do the neighbors have dogs? Are they barking dogs? They're allowed to be outside. All those type of things. The other thing is looking at the foundation of the house. Do we see cracks? Do we see signs of structural issues? Is a home on a crawl space foundation? Is it on a raised slab foundation? Is it on a flat grounds slab foundation? Those are all things that we need to ask about and find out about. That's important. Really, really important. Are there things that look like maybe the outlets aren't working, or our light switches, are you turning lights on and the lights aren't coming on? Or perhaps you see outlets where the plate is off of them, and you wonder, why would they take the plate off? Is it because it's not working? I don't know. Those are things that that you just kind of want to be mindful as you're walking through a house, because there's a lot of those things that can be considered red flags just at the very beginning. Certainly, as I've talked about before in other videos, you want to get a comprehensive home inspection on any home that you're putting under contract so that you are aware of any serious issues that may be hiding that you can't see. And listen, even though I was joking about climbing up on the roof and looking at the roof to see what it was, your home inspector is most of the time now, I mean, used to they would climb up there and take a look, but now most of the time they've got their drones going up and taking really good drone footage of the roof, the whole roof area, so that you can get a good view of the roof, and the inspector can give you a good, honest opinion about what the state of the roof is according to the inspector. And that is good information to have. So again, these are all things, like I said, kitchens are important. Backyards are important. The layout of the house is important. Does the master bath have a tub and a shower combination? Does it have a separate tub and shower? Does it just have a shower? Those are things that, are important, but those things we talked about, those are critical red flag things that you need to be on the lookout for, because they can make or break a deal really fast, no matter how much you may love the house. Okay, that's all I've got for today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care.